we gotta do it right now. So we go into the kitchen, and unfortunately David's mom doesn't own a sweet-ass magic bullet blender like we saw on TV. Apparently those 6 easy payments of $19.99 aren't so easy for a single mother, what can I say? But what we do have to work with is a good old-fashioned Black & Decker big-ass blender. All right, we're in business. Now we can make some fruit smoothies. But there's just one little itty-bitty problem. And that is, of course, none of us fucking know how to make fruit smoothies to begin with. But hey, that's not a problem. We didn't know how to fucking bobsled down a flight of stairs either. We just went for it. I mean, I'm no Copernicus, but I'm pretty sure the smoothie equation is just fruit plus orange juice equals fruit smoothie. That's pretty damn simple. So we start searching the kitchen for fresh fruit, and we quickly realize that there is no fucking fresh fruit in David's house. You think David's mom is shopping at Whole Foods, for Christ's sake? She's a single mother, you piece of shit. She can't afford that. We don't find any fresh fruit, but what we do find is a dusty-ass can of fruit cocktail. Well, that's like perfect to us. That's like all the fruit in the whole wide world. All right, now we just need some orange juice. Do we have any orange juice? We have Sunny Delight. Is Sunny Delight orange juice? No, it is not. Sunny Delight is to orange juice what fucking Yoo-Hoo is to chocolate milk. It is orange drink, not quite orange juice. But hey, what the hell, if that's all we got, we're just gonna have to use it. Well, we can't just blend fruit cocktail and Sunny Delight together. What kind of shitholes with it? Well, since our fruit options are severely limited, we start looking for what I like to call fruit-adjacent ingredients. Hey, don't Fig Newtons have fruit in the middle of them? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's throw them in. What about strawberry Pop-Tarts? Would that work? Oh yeah, strawberry's a fruit last time I checked. We put so much bullshit into this blender, anything with a fruit taste or with fruit in the title. We're talking fruit snacks, a box of Fruity Pebbles, a goddamn fruit by the foot, all sorts of happy horse shit. So now we got this Black & Decker filled to the brim with basically everything you'd find in the middle aisles of a Walmart. We hit the blend button hoping for the best. Now, most smoothies are like bright, appetizing colors like red or purple or hell, even green. This shit was fucking brown. It was brown, it was chunky, and it was lukewarm. Why was it lukewarm? Because we forgot to put fucking ice in the blender. That's why. Ice, a pretty essential ingredient for fruit smoothies. Now, you might be sitting there watching this like, well, surely you guys didn't ingest that brown sludge. Why would anybody do such a thing? Well, understand that we were children, we'll be damned if we're not gonna drink the first smoothies that we ever make. We drink every single drop of that bullshit. And you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but these fruit smoothies actually kinda tasted like fucking dog shit. They were nasty as hell. I'm talking second round of Fear Factor episode nasty. That shit was so chunky, Dave's ass had to eat his with a fucking fork. But we ingested it, and we ingested all of it. Well, imagine my surprise when about 45 minutes go by, and all of a sudden my stomach's like... Now, I don't know what it's like to be a menstruating woman, but I had cramps so bad that it felt like my insides really wanted to become my outsides. I don't know what kind of fucking E. coli, salmonella bullshit I gave myself, but I was in some serious pain. But if I thought I had it bad, I look over at Michael, and his ass looks like he's about to blow his appendix out the ass end of his pants at any moment. Then I look over at David, wouldn't you know his ass is like smoking a cigarette, perfectly A-okay, thinking about going back in the kitchen for seconds and shit. Well, all of a sudden, Michael makes a mad dash towards the bathroom, holding his asshole as if it were a loaded weapon. Now, we don't know exactly what he did in the bathroom, but throughout the whole house, you could hear his ass going, ow! Owie! Now, I don't know how David's mom didn't wake up when a bunch of children used her blender at 3 in the morning, but you bet your ass she woke up when she heard Michael's call of the wild ass, that's for sure. We run in the kitchen to try to hurry up and hide all the evidence. There's dried brown shit caked all over the blender. Clearly, this thing's blending days are definitely over. But regardless, David grabs out some, like, industrial strength cleaner from underneath the sink, and he starts scrubbing his little ass off. Meanwhile, I'm like collapsed on the floor, making my peace with God. I'm ready to die. I've caught all 150 Pokemon. I've lived a full life. David's mom walks into the kitchen, and the first thing that she sees is a semi-comatose child on the floor with a bunch of cleaners. Oh, piss! You guys drank stuff from underneath the sink? Where's the cordless at? I gotta call poison control! But then, of course, she sees her own son clutching her Black & Decker that is fucked 6 ways to Sunday, and that's it. The jig's up. The party's over. Now we have to explain everything. We gotta explain why Michael's asshole is imploding in the bathroom, why there's only half a sleeve left of Fig Newtons, and of course, most importantly, why her Black & Decker looks like 3 grown men just took a shit inside of it. We made fruit smoothies tonight? Fruit smoothies? Well, what fucking fruit did you use? Oh, you know, like fruit cocktail and Fig Newtons and Fruity Pebbles and a bunch of other bullshit. Yeah, needless to say, we got in quite a bit of trouble, and smoothie night was a complete and utter failure. But I will say that there was a small silver lining to this whole fucking fiasco. And that is, since we destroyed David's mom's blender, her ass had to buy a new one. And what did she decide to buy? That's right, a goddamn Magic Bullet blender. I don't know if her ass worked some overtime or what, but, well, we've come full circle, haven't we? Aw, man, now we can really blend up some fucking fruit smoothies.
Alright, so I don't know if you guys ever played around with a chemistry set when you were a kid. I know it's not the 1930s. Chemistry sets aren't exactly all the rage these days. But growing up, my cousin David, he had a chemistry set. And for the record, he did have normal toys too. He didn't just have a bunch of toys from the Great Depression.
Hey, you guys want to play with my Tinker toys? I got this stick and a hoop that we can have fun with.
So we're in his room, and we crack open this chemistry set, and we're over there with our beakers and our test tubes, looking like a Nickelodeon version of Breaking Bad. There's all these vials of chemicals included, and we don't know anything about chemistry, and we're sure as hell not gonna read the instructions like some kind of loser. Look, I've watched a couple episodes of Beakman's World, alright? I practically have my PhD in chemistry, for Christ's sake. You can't even pronounce the names of half the chemicals we're using. Potassium pomegranate. Potassium pomegranate, yeah, that's it. Sounds pretty tasty. Gulp, gulp, gulp. So we decided to do what any kids would do, and we mixed all the chemicals together in one beaker. I'm not sure what we were trying to accomplish.
We're about to find a cure for cancer with this $12 chemistry set.
No, we sure as hell didn't make that. But what we did make was the color blue. Ooh, fancy. We're breaking some new ground here. Somebody published us in a scientific journal. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gathered you all here today to announce that at our state-of-the-art laboratory, also known as David's bedroom, we have figured out how to create the color blue. Oh my God, they're geniuses! Somebody get them a medal! So there we are, standing there with our blue concoction. We're not really sure what to do with it.
Maybe if we drink it, we can turn into an X-Men.
Yeah, or maybe we'll get diarrhea for a week. Not really something I want to gamble on. So we get bored with it, and we take our stupid blue potion and just dump it out in the middle of David's driveway. Well, imagine to our surprise that this puddle of blue starts to stain the driveway. So David starts flipping out because his dad's gonna be home from work soon. He's gonna get home, see this big-ass blue stain in the driveway, and he's gonna lose his goddamn mind.
Wait, Dad, I can explain.
Because David's dad loves his driveway. His favorite room in the whole house was the garage. And the driveway was like the front yard of the garage. He wants to keep it looking nice. There's one time we were shooting bottle rockets down the driveway like a couple of assholes. And David's dad came out and yelled at us. But he didn't yell at us for shooting bottle rockets at people's houses. No, he yelled at us because we were doing it in his precious driveway.
Oh, what the hell? Don't be doing that in the driveway. Go blow your hands up in the street or something.
So at this point, David goes and gets the garden hose, and he starts spraying the blue puddle with water. But this doesn't help, it just spreads it around. Now the whole goddamn driveway's blue. Holy hell, David, you are gonna die. Your driveway's Smurf blue, for Christ's sake. It's a pretty unique color for a driveway. Makes a pretty great landmark if you're giving somebody directions to your house. So when you turn down that street, just keep going until you see the stupid-ass cotton candy blue driveway. You really can't miss it. So in sheer panic, David runs in his house and grabs a bottle of dish soap off the counter. Now both of us are on all fours in the driveway with a bottle of palm olive, scrubbing away like little orphan Annie. But this isn't working either. And you know why? Because dish soap works on dishes, not on blue driveways. It even says on the bottle, for Christ's sake. Well, what the hell are we supposed to do now? Maybe we can camouflage it somehow. You know, just like park a bunch of bikes and scooters out there. Maybe set the bushes on fire. That'll draw his attention, right? Nope, too late. David's dad pulls up in front of the house. We just stand there in the front yard, accepting our fate. David's over there. He's got a blindfold on and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. His dad walks up. He takes one look at us, and then he looks over to his stupid aquamarine driveway. Then he looks back at us, and he's like,
David and the boys. What are you guys doing out here?
Nothing. You guys want some hot dogs? Yeah, hot dogs sound good.
All right, I'm gonna make some hot dogs.
And then he just walked away. Never said anything about the driveway. What the hell was that all about? You seen the driveway, right? There's no way you can miss it. You see this damn thing from outer space. What the hell happened? Maybe David's dad just didn't feel like dealing with our bullshit that day. Or maybe he just wanted some hot dogs. I don't know. But what I do know is David's driveway did turn back to normal after a couple of days. It didn't turn into some stupid national landmark like we thought it was gonna.
It's amazing. Take my picture with it.
So David probably knocked 10 years off his lifespan that day from sheer anxiety, thinking he was about to get murdered by his own dad. But instead, we got to eat hot dogs.
Get your red hot.
Talk about a happy ending. All right, for those of you that don't know, me and Brewer did a show for Machinima called Happy Hour Saloon, a show about a 43-year-old alcoholic that brings his nephew to a bar to talk about video games. And because of that, in 2014, I was on a panel at San Diego's Comic-Con to talk about internet animation. Now, what do I know about internet animation? Well, you're looking at it. Jack shit, for the most part. I just know stick figures and poop jokes. Why the hell would I be on a panel at Comic-Con? I'm not famous. Nobody knows who the hell I am. Hello, everybody. I work at a car dealership in Ohio. Anybody want my autograph? But whatever. It's a